Focusing in. All right. Hello, my name is Yelisi Vasilevich Kodorobe. I'm 29 years old, and this is my self-introduction video for my communications class. Admittedly, I've got no experience whatsoever with public speaking. I've always found communication to be a challenge, both between people and, like I said, I've never had the chance, opportunity, or the desire to speak in front of other people, groups especially. Hopefully during the duration of this speech, you'll have a chance to learn a little bit more about me, where I'm from, what I do, and how I ended up in this class. I very recently moved to California from Maryland, my last duty station in the military, but originally I'm actually from Eastern Europe. I came to America as a refugee when I was 8 years old from a small country called Moldova. I was born in a very, very small village called Olenești, and as you may have guessed by that statement, my first language is actually Romanian. But I also speak a good deal of Russian because that's a secondary language that they happen to speak there. And my third language is good old-fashioned English. So I look forward to practicing with you folks. I happen to be one of 9 children. I'm the third oldest out of a very large family. I've got 5 sisters and 3 brothers. Me and my wife are actually expecting our first child within the next week, so we're pretty excited and nervous, scared about that. Probably more scared than excited. And my wonderful wife I've met in the military, of course, and we've been married for a good solid 3 years. What I do for a living is I'm an LVN. It's a career that I've gotten into in the military, and over my 6 years of active duty, I spent 3 years as a paratrooper and a field medic, and the other 3 I've worked as an LVN in a military hospital, doing everything from intensive care to ER rotations to you name it, I've done it more likely than not. We're pretty flexible, and our scope of practice is much broader in a military hospital than on the civilian side. Currently, I very recently got hired in a skilled nursing facility. I'm very much looking forward to it, working as an LVN. And I'm also currently taking prerequisites to turn that LVN license into an RN license. That's going to be my ultimate goal for the time being. Why I've chosen healthcare as a sort of career field is a good question. For as long as I can remember, I've always had an affinity for the health sciences, and I've always also found that I enjoy speaking, interacting, and taking care of people. So I figured it would be in my best interest to pursue that as a career path, since I've I've formed such a bond with it over the years. For strengths that might help me in this pursuit, I feel like me personally, I've got a willingness to learn. My coworkers have always applauded or claimed that I've got a strong work ethic, and I don't want to prove them wrong now that they've claimed that. And my wife actually claims that I've got some decent interpersonal skills, which I feel is definitely something that one could strive towards refining and reinforcing, especially in such a you talk to a lot of people in the health field, so it's definitely a skill you want to improve and strengthen over the course of your career pursuits. For spirituality, I'm still, to be completely honest, I'm still trying to figure out exactly, I'm still trying to orient my inner landscape to my views exactly. I grew up in a very religious family. We went to church like 4 or 5 times a week. 4 times a week. Everything from Bible studies, prayer groups, choir practices, youth ministry, 2 services on Sunday, each about 2 hours long. My father's a preacher, my uncle's a pastor, my grandfather also a pastor. So it's something I've grown up in and found to be a very strong part of my upbringing. So it's not something I can deny. I don't think anyone in their right mind could deny the human capacity for spirituality. And I feel like that's something that needs to be explored. And I'm still trying to figure out where I am there exactly. I'd like to conclude with a quote from T.S. Eliot. I'm a big fan of quotes, and this one to me encompasses my views on education and scholarly pursuits and just learning in general as we live our lives. It goes a little like this. Well, it goes exactly like this. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. I'm really looking forward to work with you folks and learn more about you and learn from you. And I wish you all luck. Thank you.